Hello, welcome to Lakefront News. I am Daniel Balmer. Is the thought of midterms stressing you out? No worries, here are a couple of tips to help you ease that stress. Our Lady of the Lake University midterms are approaching. ACE tutor Enrique Robles gives us tips to help you during these stressful times. Robles says no to cram, and while you study, take 25-minute intervals and have 5-minute breaks in between. Robles also says to review your notes before resorting to the PowerPoints provided by the professor. Junior Jocelyn de la Fuente tells us how she prepares for midterm exams.
I first cry, I get it together, and then I just basically I write everything down of like what I have to do from like my first class all the way to the last class I have.
Midterms start the first week of October. Good luck and happy studying. Attention all Olu residents. Have you ever considered living off campus? We talked to some students about what they think about commuting to campus. Many of the people we spoke to do not live on campus because they live in San Antonio. But for students who are a long away from home, living on campus is an appealing choice. However, student Paul Smith says off-campus living is more convenient and he says even cheaper. Smith says being a commuter is a great, especially when you want to separate your social and school life. Smith says the downside, however, is waking up for his classes is a struggle. Here's what student Saul Maldonado says about his commuter experience.
The price of tuition and the dorm, because I don't have my whole school paid, so it'd be cheaper for me to live off campus. But also a con would be I don't know if my car's gonna break down and I'm not gonna get home in time.
Only you can determine which option is best for you. Get ready, free application for Federal Student Aid will be open for free applications on October 1st. Federal Student Financial Aid free applications for the 2019-2020 academic school year will begin on October 1st for all students. To apply, visit the website at studentaid.ed.gov. We spoke to the students on why it's important to apply for FAFSA as soon as possible. Student Anaya Gomez says it's important so you can get financial assistance as soon as possible for your academic school year. Red Vasquez says that applying for FAFSA is important because it helps with educational expenses like tuition and fees.
I feel it is important to apply as early as you can so FAFSA can review your application so they can compensate you as much as possible.
For more information, visit the Olu Financial Aid Office located in the Walter Student Service Center and speak with a counselor. Our Lady of the Lake University is praying for world peace. The Sisters of Divine Providence had their annual Rosary Candlelight Procession on October 3rd at 7 p.m. The rosary started at the Our Lady of Providence statue in front of the main building and ended at the Sacred Heart Chapel. Sister Gloria Ann says why they pray for peace.
We want to be in solidarity with all of the thousands of people who are praying to Our Lady at her request for world peace. She asked that we begin processions in Lourdes. Invite the people to pray the rosary in procession with candlelight. That's Our Lady's invitation.
For more information, contact G. Fielder at cdptexas.gov. Calling all poets. Our Lady of the Lakes newspaper is looking for your poems. Olu's paper, The Lakefront, has begun taking submissions of poems by students to be featured in the Lakefront paper. Flyers were put up for students to see the announcement. The editor of the paper, Destiny Camacho, says what she likes about the addition to the paper.
I think that it'll be a really good thing to have more campus involvement. I enjoy poetry.
To submit your work, email at lakefront@olusa.edu. All poems are welcomed. Fall is amongst us. The leaves are falling and so are our bank accounts. Here's what's expected for Halloween spending in 2018. The National Retail Federation is expecting Halloween spending to reach $9 billion this upcoming Halloween. The NRF is estimating people to spend an average of $86.79 when last year it was $86.13. The FRA believes more than 175 million Americans will participate in Halloween festivals. According to the NFR, people plan on spending $3.2 billion on costumes alone. Senior Jose Barrazo tells us about his Halloween spending.
Not really, maybe on some custom or something. I don't know, maybe some candies.
For more information on Halloween spending, visit the NRF website at nrf.com. Have you seen a stray cat or dog here at Our Lady of Lake University? New membership team member Elena Angulo says she believes she sees strays every day on campus, with many pets being dropped off here. Elena fosters 4 cats that she found at the Common 5 months ago. San Antonio has over 150,000 strays. ACS gets 500 calls a day. Elena gives her opinion on animal dumping.
To educate people about how important it is to keep your pets in your home, on your property. I think they have a new campaign going on right now, which is Leash Not Loose. So hopefully it'll catch on.
If you find a stray at Olu, call 311. Stay with us to get your sports news after the break.
Find out how to use an awkward silence to help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
According to Saints Athletic Department, Saints women's volleyball won 3-0 over University of the Southwest, and men's soccer won 1-0 over Texas College. Women's soccer won 2-0 over Texas College. Stay with us to find out if you will have to cancel any outdoor activities as we have the weather after the break. Welcome back. This weekend it will be pouring, with thunderstorms expected through the weekend, with temperatures being in the low 80s. Stay with us to find out who the Sister of the Week is after the break. Welcome back. Let's meet this week's Sister of the Week.
My name is Sister Alma Rose Booty. I'm a Sister of Divine Providence. I went to the CDP's all 12 years of school, and I just wanted to be like them. I didn't have any lofty thought at that time of serving God, of doing good, of all of these other things that I kind of learned later on. But it was like, I like what they do, I like them, so I want to be like them. As a young person, even in grade school, I spent a lot of time at the convent doing things for the sisters. Like we would help them make little posters for the first graders, second graders. We'd clean erasers, and this continued through high school. Of course, the task got a little bit more difficult as we got older. And it was a good environment. There's just something about it that kept saying to me, I want to do this, I want to do this. And I always wanted to be a teacher. Even as a small girl, I didn't play with dolls as home. I played with dolls as a school, as a teacher. And I came to the convent in 1956. And next year in June, I will celebrate 60 years as a professed Sister of Divine Providence. Well, I'm from Natchitoches, Louisiana. Have you seen the movie Steel Magnolias? That's where it was filmed. That's one of our claims to fame. I came my junior year for what was then called the SSCA, the Summer School of Catholic Action, led by Father Lord. This was ages ago. And saw the university, saw the convent, talked to the sisters, got measured for what we call the candidate's uniform. I didn't tell my parents that at the time. But knew that this is what I wanted to do. So the night I graduated from high school, I said, guess what? But they kind of knew that. I mean, they had kind of seen the sign, and I had talked about it. So I graduated in May and then came to the convent on September the 8th, 1956. Most of my religious life I was in secondary education. I was a teacher, an assistant principal, and a principal. And then in 2003, I came back to San Antonio from St. Augustine's in Laredo and became the Chief Financial Officer at McCullough Hall, which is our licensed nursing facility. And I worked there until December of 2017 and decided that I needed a change. This was a very stressful job, dealing with Medicare and Medicaid with all the changes and so on. And as I got a little bit older, I thought, no, let me do something else. I spent 18 years at Providence Catholic School in various positions during my religious life. So I asked the principal there, I said, do you think there's something I can do? And she said, well, of course. So in January, I went to Providence as their mission effectiveness coordinator, or minister. And I worked with the students, the girls, on their service hours and trying to get them opportunities. I'm working with the campus minister on retreats, liturgies, and working to get a better connection between the CDPs who are out here and Providence. There are no CDPs in Providence at this time in history except me.
I'm Daniel Baum.
So mine is a presence. So we're trying to get the girls out here to see the sisters and to learn the sisters. And we're trying to get the sisters, and it's more difficult, you know, to move people to Providence. So we're trying to get them out here to just sit down and talk, to play bingo with them, to work crafts in Felton Center. Next Friday we have a 6th grade retreat. And after their retreat, about 1 o'clock, the 6th graders are coming out here to do various little projects because they have service hours that they have to do. So we're hoping that that will start. I'm sure the sisters will enjoy, and I say this because some of them look like 1st graders in the 6th grade, but I'm sure the sisters will enjoy having them around. I enjoy reading. That's probably the, you know, in fact, some nights I have to stop myself from reading because, like, okay, it's time to go to sleep. But I've always loved reading. I like mysteries, basically. You know. Oh, well, I like Hillerman, Coulter, Patterson, O'Shaughnessy, just a number of them. I have a little, no, it's not a Kindle, it's a little Nook. And I'm connected with Bibliotech, which is that electronic library. And so I go on there and download books.